We all hear in our childhood the saying, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And the thought occurred to me that that's very much true in the game of being alive. The game of being a human, being a person, being a human being is very much like a game. And people make the mistake of thinking that it's about winning and losing. And I think here more than ever, that statement really applies, that it's not about whether you win or lose, it's about how you play the game. And so the winning and the losing mentality, basically it's the difference between quantity and quality. The winning and losing mentality are the people who are obsessed with quantity and numbers and volume. And amounts. And the how you play the game people are the ones that are focused more on quality. That the quality of how you live your life is what's important, not the quantity of how much you get or how much you accomplish even. How much you get, how much you have, how much you win. This is the quantity mentality. This is the play to win mentality. The how you play the game mentality is more about quality. That's really basically it. And that really basically is the problem with our society, is that most people and the society itself is set up to function on valuing quantity and not quality. Valuing scoring and not how you play the game. Now it reminds me of what Alan Watts said about music. Or actually, he was just using music as an example of the difference between the ends, the means and the end. Or the purpose. That he was using music as an example of saying people believe that there should be a purpose to life. And the same sort of, that's sort of similar to the quantitative attitude that you have to win, that the game, that life is a game that you have to win. That's very comparable to the idea that there has to be a purpose to life. And as the example of music, that the end of the music is not the point of the music. That if it were, that reaching the end of the music would be what it was all about, and that people would try to play music faster so that they could reach the end. But that's not what music's about. It's about how you play the music. It's about the music itself and the quality of the music itself. Whereas somebody who was just racing to reach the end isn't concerned with quality. They're concerned with the numeric quantity of how quickly did we get there, how many notes did we play, how loud was it. And that is how the game of life is. It's not about how much do you get, how much do you win, how much do you have, or even how much do you achieve or accomplish. It's about the quality of how you lived your life. And so I'm going to put it pretty bluntly. This quantitative, numeric mentality that our society is really buckling under, is really, really just squashing our society. This quantitative, numeric sets of values that have no regard for quality. If, for instance, people want to brag about how many children they have, how many husbands and wives, how many sexual partners they've had, you see? That's all about quantity. That's to be expected in a society that values quantities rather than qualities. And the fact that our whole moral system of this society is all based on numbers. Nobody cares about the actual problems. Nobody cares about the fact that that rape is not only a common but a constant and seemingly normal, as has become a normalized part of our society. Nobody cares about that. The only thing people get worked up about is pedophiles. They're concerned about the numeric morality. Oh, somebody who was over the age of 18 had sex with somebody who was under the age of 18. That's where we get all worked up and offended and shocked, because it's based on numbers and everything has to be quantified in our society, and so everything has to be numeric. Everything has to be based on numbers. Everything is numerical. Our morality is all entirely numerical and not based on anything, any kind of value other than mathematics. So people think that if they have the most sexual partners, that they're winning the game of life, and somebody who has had fewer sexual partners, or God forbid none, is somehow a loser. That's exactly the word that they say. Oh, you're a loser. You don't have sex as much as I do. And do you really not see the connection between a society where rape has become normalized as a normal, expected occurrence, and the society that values quantity over quality? Doesn't matter how you get it. Just make sure you get it. Don't you see the connection? Just make sure you get as much as possible. And the expression, getting some. That's the expression we have, getting some. Is it really such a surprise to you that rape has become a normalized feature of our modern society, when it's all based on numbers? It doesn't matter how you get it, it's whether you get it or not. That's all that counts. How you play the game doesn't matter. Winning and losing is everything.